How's it going, guys? Burrito here, showing you a Beelzemon gameplay footage of Beelzemon versus Hudie Loop. So, yeah, I'm going to be speaking in the perspective of what Beelzemon wants to do here. So, for the most part, my game plan is set up trash with a Beelze Ace and have Beelze Ace in hand, and then just hard drop EX10 Ballmon, and that way it kind of stops their Hudie Loop OTK. So I start us off this game with an EX10 Imp in the back, then training, and my opponent just kind of reciprocates with a Terrier in the back and the Searcher Tamer. And yeah, he picks up the option card with it, so he just picks up another Searcher. So I continue on my turn, I'm at 1, I promote, start a main trash top 2, and I trashed a Wizard to gain a memory. So now I'm just trying to fill up the trash as much as I can, go into Wizard X, trash top 2, and then I end my turn by popping the training to go into a EX10 Ballmon. He gains blocker reboot, and I put my opponent to 1, and my opponent goes with the CS Searcher card, the option. Oh, and sorry for the glare here, I didn't notice till after I stopped recording that we had that glare, but for the most part you can tell what card it is. So I now Evo in the back into an EX10 Imp and swing with the EX10 Ballmon, trying to mill as many cards as I can. And it dies, and I go for the Beelze Ace. Play the Beelze Ace in trash. So, keep in mind here, we have now about 15 cards in trash. And there's only really one option in there, and it's the Death Slinger, which kind of tells me there's my security reasonably should have some, so I feel relatively safe when it comes to passing turn without like the Ballmon play, because I have a feeling he's gonna hit into an option in security, so I feel safe, and I end up playing Imp to play out the Tamer from the trash, the BT23 Imp, and I pick up a Beelze Ace, and I bottom deck 3 memory gainers, one of them being a Death Slinger, so that's 2 Death Slingers accounted for. No rivals yet. I have not seen any rivals. So me and my opponent, we actually joke about first check being rivals in this game. So let's see if that actually happens. But yeah, I pass turn with an Iron Mako, and yeah, my opponent just promotes, pops the Tamer, pops the option to go to 4, and he evos into Hudie. He starts doing the Hudie loop. So now he's trying to see how he wants to play this. So now he's DPing, minusing my Beelze Ace by 1 billion. And I think there's a moment here where we kind of take a step back to calculate it correctly to see where the Beelze Ace is at. Because we're both pretty sure he gets deleted, but we're just trying to make sure we get the DP reduction accurate. So yeah, and then he does the Alliance, and he taps the Tamer to minus DP, and the first check is Rivals. Yeah, we both called it out. So that's another aspect as to why this matchup could be difficult for the Hudie Loop player, just because of the options and security. Sometimes we have them, sometimes Beelze has them, sometimes we don't. But yeah, it's just the name of the game, RNG. So he, with the remaining bodies he has on board, he just goes for a DNA. He swings again, hits into a Ballmon, he lives, and then he ends his turn with a Syndromon, the one that has when Digi play out the token and then overclock. So he was able to overclock by popping the token, and the token comes right back out. So I promote, I have the Imp, the EX10 Imp, I mill. Now we have 21 cards in trash. So yeah, now that we have 21, I warp into a Beelze Ace for 4. And now I think here, how do I want to do this? Because I don't always want to restack 2 memory gains just to mill them and go by there. I want to make sure, see if I have any other optimal plays. So for here, I think what I opt for is... I actually do opt for the 2 memory gainers. So then I gain 2 there, and then I tap the 2 before I mill. Before I do anything else, at the end I do tap the 2 Iron Makos, and I do stack 2 cards in my hand. I stack an EX2 Imp and an EX2 Beelze. So I asked my opponent just to make sure the token doesn't have a play cost, see if I delete it. But yeah, I milled 3 more off the EX2 Imp, and then I I played out the Imp off the X2 Beelze, and then lastly Yaman trash top 2. So now let's see how many cards I have in trash. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27. And I have 4 memory. So I'm trying to find a way to try to get game here, because I do remember me having Beelze X in hand and a Blast Mode. And the EX1 Wizard. And if you've seen my deck profile for this set, or for EX10, which I haven't changed any so far, I do like the EX1 Wizard. So now this Balmont stack has Rush. If I swing this Balmont, I will mill memory, because I did bottom deck memory earlier in the game with I think it was the second Iron Mako. But at this moment in the game, I don't think I trust myself to remember exactly where they're at. So I just pass turn with the Beelze X to trash the last 3. Because I'm at 30 cards, and I leave my opponent at 1. And I still have 2 security left. And I leave it to my opponent to try to win that turn, which I'm fairly certain he can't. And he's saying he scoops. So yeah. Now off to game 2, my opponent decides to go first, and yeah, we do the fist bump of friendship, and he starts us off with the TK, looking at his security and looking at his hand, see what he wants to grab, and he grabs the rookie. He recovers 1 and shuffles. So I start at 4, Imp X in the back, then I Iron Mako, I grab the Wizard X, and I pass turn with another Iron Mako. And this time I grab a Beelze Ace, and I bottom deck 3 cards, which include an EX2 Imp. And I keep that as a mental note. Because I know it's going to come up again later in the game. So my opponent just evos into a 4 in the back, plays the option, and then I promotes and start doing shenanigans. Go into Wizard X for 2. Draw, trash top 2, and then Balmont EX10. I like the cards in my hand, so I don't stack anything, so then I just Evo, trash top 3, and boom. So this game, I'm playing it a little bit more loose, as in, like, I'm not trying to play as optimally into my defense. So, one, because I still feel pretty confident of what I have in my hand and what I've bottom decked so far, that I might have something in security. And he needs to do a lot in order to play around that EX10 Balmont. So yeah, he does his whole little shenanigans. He tucks the top card under, pops the option, goes into the Hudie. Now he's doing all these shenanigans. I think he has minus 6k my Balmont. So he wants to play it safe here. I don't think he wants to swing to risk an ace. So he goes straight into the Shikao, D-Digi, and then I die to the DP reduction. And now instead of just doing anything, he just hard drops the rookie, leaves me at 3. So he did not swing at all my security. He's still kind of timid from what happened last game. He's trying to play it smart, but that, that gives me time. So now I know I have the Beelze Ace in hand, so I just hard drop the Balmont, trash top 3, gains reboot blocker. I milled an EX10 Imp to pop his rookie, and now there we have it. I have a Beelze Ace in hand, I have an EX10 Balmont on the field, and I have the Beelze Ace in trash. So now he still can't do the Hudie loop, just because I have too many defenses to play around him. So now how does the Hudie loop player play? He's gonna swing. Alright, he does the play, he plays out the guy, but then he does the on play to draw, and then he DNAs, and he DNAs into a Shikao that bounces the Balmont back to my hand. But since he DNA'd, the attack target has the attack has fizzled because the attacker is no longer there. But now he does swing with the Shikao, and he hits into the first check rivals. Even if it wasn't the first check rivals, the fact that he swung with a non-CS trait level 5, I still felt pretty safe, mostly because he couldn't do like the whole D-Digivolve kind of play and then continue on with the loop that way. It was just lucky on my part that I got the rivals. Maybe it would have been better for me if he didn't hit into the rivals, but that's besides the point. He's still just doing his plays here. So he DNAs into a Chimera. What is he gonna tuck? He's considering the Shikao, the one that floats. He's looking at his hand. Maybe that's not the play. He has a lot of cards in hand, so maybe Yeah, he decides to play out, to tuck a level 3 in there. And when he swings on attack, he gets to play out another guy. Plays out a searcher. Nice. And he hits into a 2K, and he is good. So the only thing is that stack doesn't float, but I think he's totally okay with that. And he has 6 security because you recovered one earlier. So now my opponent's thinking here, what can he do? My objective next turn is to try to clear his board and clear as much security as I can. So now he ends turn with the Syndrell, hits into a Tamer, and now I grab... I didn't see what I grabbed there, but I did bottom deck a few memories there. So now I promote EX10 Imp, promote Trash top 2, I get a Rivals on board. Wizard X for 2, I will just trash the top 2. Mill into a Rush Beelze, that might come up later. I don't think it will though. Evo for 3 into an EX10 Balmon, and I think, yeah, I just tap 2 of the Iron Mako, stack 2 cards. So I'm thinking, what 2 cards do I stack here? I stacked 1, and I think I stack another Memory Gainer. So now I trash top 3. I gain 2 because I stack 2 Memory Gainers, and then to finish off, I do the last Iron Mako to stack 1 more card on top, go to 2. So now I gain Reboot Blocker. I'm at 20-something cards. I swing at his big stack to confirm the kill on my own stack. So I go, I mill the EX2 Beelze that I had stacked there, and I gained another memory. So now I die because I threw battle, and I play out a Beelze Ace. So the Beelze Ace, I decide to stack another EX2 Beelze and another Memory Gainer, which I will de-digivolve, and I choose to pop the Rookie. I think in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter because I'm going to end up popping both of them. But I think just in case, I'd prefer to pop the... I forgot what my reasoning was, but I think I'd prefer to pop the Rookie right then. So now all these guys just got played out this turn, and they don't have Rush exactly. But I'm trying to go for like a spicy EX1 Wizard Rush play, and I'm trying to go for game this turn. So it starts off with me Beelze acing on top of one of those Imps, and I go for restacking 2 Memory Gainers. So I pop the remaining stack, and I gain 2 memory. So now I'm at 3 memory. So now I go for... on my last BT23 Imp, that's the one where I go up the EX1 Wizard stack. So I go Imp X for 0, draw. I pitch an option to grab back a Wizard X to my hand, because I didn't have that in my hand before. EX1 Wizard, draw, and now Wizard X. So now I have the Wizard, the EX1 Wizard inheritable, where all my Digimon with Retaliation gain Rush. So now I have 2 bodies I can attack with. So I'm at 25 cards in trash. My opponent has 6 security. I need 30 cards. I remember I had bottom decked the EX2 Imp, and that's what should help me get to the 30. I just don't quite remember exactly where it's at. But I remember I got it perfect. It was literally there in the next 2 mills. So I milled 3 more to get to the 5, and I gained the extra memory, one of them that I bottom decked earlier. So now I'm at 2. I hit into one of his Tamers, and now with I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So now I double Beelze X, trash the remaining security. Boom, and there you go. Swing Wizard X for game. Alright guys, if you have any questions, just leave it down in the comments. If you want more gameplay footage like this, just let me know. Alright, take it easy guys.